Welcome to the Facilitators Deep Dive Podcast, your podcast on your way to facilitation mastery. You ready to dive in?
Always.
Okay, good. Today we're going deep into the world of psychopaths.
Oh, yeah. Master manipulators lurking everywhere.
Right under our noses. And our guide for this little adventure is Surrounded by Psychopaths by Thomas Erikson.
And he knows what he's talking about. Over 18 years of experience with behavioral analysis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Worked with big names like IKEA and Volvo. He's seen it all.
I bet he has. So if we're going to survive out there, we better learn from the best.
Absolutely.
Our mission today, spot those psychopaths and protect ourselves.
Protect yourself. That's key.
Yeah.
And, the book starts with a story. True story. This elderly man.
Oh, no.
Stepson, right. Totally cleaned him out. Him and his siblings, inheritance, gone.
Wow. Just like that.
Poof. Vanished. No remorse. No guilt.
So it's like they don't even feel bad about it.
Nope. Not a bit.
That's just, how is that even possible?
Well, that's psychopaths for you. It's like they don't have empathy. Like, it's just not there.
Okay, so before we get too freaked out, let's back up a bit. How do we even know if we're dealing with a psychopath?
Yeah.
What are we looking for?
Right. Well, Erikson, he uses this thing called the DISC model.
Okay. Personality types, right?
Yeah, yeah. Dominant, influential, stable, conscientious. Each one has a color.
Okay, I'm following.
But get this. Psychopaths. They're like people without a color. They don't have a real personality. It's all fake. They just mirror whoever they're with.
So they're like chameleons, just blended in.
Exactly. And it's more common than you think. Research shows 2-4% of people, psychopaths.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that many? That's like everybody knows at least one.
Probably. That's the scary part, right? We probably have and didn't even know.
Right. So, okay, traits. What are the big red flags?
Okay, well, he goes into a lot of detail, even gives page numbers, for research and all that.
That's helpful.
Yeah, but for us, I think we should focus on, like, the stuff that helps us, like how to protect ourselves.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Give us the tools to survive out there.
Okay, so, number 1, pathological lying. They lie about everything, all the time, and they're good at it. No guilt. No shame.
Almost like they believe their own lies. Like they create this whole world of make-believe.
It's crazy, right? And then there's this callousness, zero empathy. Like they get that people have feelings, but they don't feel them themselves.
Okay, wait. So they understand it, but they don't feel it.
Exactly. It's wild. They see someone upset and it's like nothing.
That's chilling. So they can use people's feelings against them and not feel a thing.
Yep. Cold-blooded.
Okay, what else?
Oh, and huge egos. They think they're amazing, always need attention, take credit for other people's work.
That kind of makes sense, right? Like if you don't care about other people, then you only care about yourself.
Right. And super irresponsible. They don't care about rules.
Right.
Or consequences or, keeping promises.
Okay, so we've got the liar, the heartless, the egomaniac, and the unreliable. What a combo.
Right. So how do they actually, manipulate?
Yeah, that's the big question. How do they get us to do what they want?
Well, remember that DISC model? It comes back in.
Oh, you mean they tailor their approach depending on who they're talking to?
Bingo. That's where it gets really interesting. We need to know ourselves, right? Our weaknesses.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. So tell me, how do they play each of these different personality types?
Okay, let's dive in.
Okay, so psychopaths, they change their game depending on who they're trying to manipulate.
Like a chameleon, right? Adapting.
Exactly. So let's break it down by personality type. Let's start with the dominant types, the reds. How do they get them?
Reds. They love control, results-oriented, right?
Always in charge.
So the psychopath plays right into that.
Oh, interesting.
There's this example in the book, site page number, Mike, the manipulator. He's going after the new CEO, Pernilla. Total red personality.
Okay, so head on, right? Like a power struggle.
You'd think, right?
Yeah.
But no, he actually, supports her, flatters her.
Makes her think she's winning.
Totally. Takes the blame for things, even when he didn't do them.
Wow, sneaky.
It's all about staying in control behind the scenes.
So basically, he's using her strengths against her.
Exactly. Now, the influential types, the yellows, they're all about social approval.
The life of the party. Always need to be liked.
Right. So guess what the psychopath does?
I'm scared to ask.
Plays on those insecurities. Fear of rejection.
Ouch.
In the book, pages cite page numbers. There's Anna. She's trying to isolate her boyfriend, Lars. He's a total yellow.
How does she even do that?
Makes up stories. About his friends, saying they talk behind his back.
Oh, no. Playing right into his need to be liked.
Right. He starts doubting everyone, pushing people away.
Divide and conquer. Classic.
And it works. Now, the stable types, the greens, they just want everyone to get along.
Peacemakers. Don't like conflict.
Right. Psychopaths, they use that. Guilt trips, obligations.
Oh, I see. Make them feel bad.
There's this example, Greg, the car salesman. Green personality, right? He sells people cars they don't even want. Guilt. Think of your family. They deserve a safe car. Or, your wife works so hard, she needs a little luxury.
Oh, man. I'd fall for that. I'm such a sucker for that kind of thing.
See? It works. Plays on their good nature.
Wow. Okay. Last one. The conscientious type, the blues. They're all about logic and facts.
Right. Organized. Detail-oriented. How do you manipulate that?
I have no idea. Seems impossible.
Right. But Erikson, he gives this example. Pages cite page numbers. Roger, the psychopath. He wants to take down his colleague, George. Total blue personality.
Okay, but how? Like, you can't just lie to a blue. They'll see right through.
Exactly. So Roger gets sneaky. He plants seeds of doubt, makes it seem like George is making mistakes, missing deadlines.
So he attacks his credibility, his reputation.
Right. And for a blue, that's like the worst thing ever. Their whole identity is wrapped up in being competent.
So their self-doubt becomes the weapon.
Exactly. It's pretty messed up. But, the good news is we can learn to fight back.
Okay, yes. Tell me more. What can we do? All right, so we've learned how psychopaths tick. But more importantly, how do we protect ourselves from them?
Well, first of all, knowledge is power. Just knowing about these tactics, that's a big step.
Right. Forewarned is forearmed.
Exactly. And Erikson, he lays out some strategies for us, all on pages, cite page numbers.
Okay, lay it on me.
Okay. Step 1, self-awareness. Got to know our weak spots, right?
You talk about those desires, right? Like
Yeah.
the need for power, money, approval.
Yeah. That's the stuff psychopaths use against us, so we got to figure out what makes us tick.
Okay, so I can know myself. What else?
Well, Erikson talks about this thing called the Johari window. It's like how we see ourselves versus how others see us.
Oh, that's interesting. Like sometimes we don't see our own blind spots.
Right. And those blind spots, that's where the manipulators come in.
Okay, so step 1, know thyself. What's next?
Think. The 1-minute rule. When someone's pressuring you, don't react right away. Take a minute, breathe, think it through.
Oh, I like that. Like, don't let them rush you.
Exactly. And if you need to, buy some time. Say, let me think about that. Or, I need to process this.
Perfect. I'm writing this down.
Okay, another good one. Become a broken record. Just keep saying no. Don't argue. Don't explain. Just no.
Like a broken record stuck on repeat.
Exactly. They can't argue with a broken record.
I love it. What if I'm scared to say no? Like, I hate confrontation.
Oh, I hear you. But that's where, feel the fear and do it anyway comes in. Erikson's big on that.
So it's like, even if I'm terrified, I got to stand up for myself.
Right. Courage isn't about not being scared. It's about, doing it anyway.
That's powerful. Okay. Any last tips?
Last one.
Right.
Set boundaries. Make it clear what you will and won't accept.
So basically laying down the law.
Yep. And Erikson gives this formula, like a script almost. Start by describing the bad behavior, then how it makes you feel, then what you want them to do differently, and how that would make you feel.
So it's not just complaining, it's giving them a path to do better.
Right. And hey, even experts get fooled sometimes, like Robert Hare, the psychopath expert.
Huh.
Even he's been tricked.
Even him?
Huh?
Wow. Okay, so it's not just me.
No way. And, Erikson tells the story about leaving a bad relationship. He got out. So can you.
That's good to hear. So the takeaway is knowledge is power, and I got to trust my gut.
Absolutely. You got this.
This has been an incredible deep dive. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. See you next time on the Facilitators Deep Dive Podcast, your podcast on your way to facilitation mastery. Until next time.
See you then.